And joining me now on Skype to talk more about President Trump's election lawsuit is Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Hans, welcome back. Always great to have you on. As Owen just mentioned earlier today, Attorney General William Barr told the Associated Press that the Justice Department has not uncovered evidence of widespread voter fraud that would change the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. But President Trump's lawyers are forging ahead. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Well, I have a lot of respect for Attorney General Barr, but he didn't say what he bases that conclusion on. There are 93 U.S. attorneys across the country. What investigations have they actually done to look into this problem? I haven't seen any reports that any U.S. attorneys have actually investigated any of the allegations that have been made in various states.
Hans, I want to turn back to that lawsuit in Wisconsin. What are the lawyers for President Trump? What are they alleging? And what do we know about that evidence to support their claims?
Well, that case is really interesting. Two of the biggest claims they're making is that Wisconsin state law requires a witness signature on an absentee ballot. And the witness has to not only put down their name, but their address also. And the lawsuit's claiming that, in fact, defective ballots came in where the witness signed it but didn't actually put their name and address, which is supposed to be there to identify that witness, and that clerks simply filled in the information that the witness was supposed to put in. Their other claim is that, Wisconsin has a voter ID law. It also applies to absentee ballots. There is an exemption, however, an exception for individuals who are indefinitely confined because of age or disability. And again, the claim there is that in two counties, Dane County and Milwaukee County, election officials encouraged individuals to avoid the voter ID law by falsely claiming that they were indefinitely confined when in fact they weren't. And because of that exception, the number of people using that exception, it like tripled from the last election.
Well, as you know, Joe Biden has been certified as the winner of Wisconsin's 10 Electoral College votes. Now, if the Wisconsin Supreme Court, if they do agree to take this case on, how could that be affected? And also, what happens next?
Well, in fact, in most states, the law is that if you have litigation that you want to file to contest an election, you actually do it after the election's been certified, because that's when the results are official. So, if the state Supreme Court was convinced that officials had actually broken state law in those two counties and had accepted invalid absentee ballots or early ballots, they could potentially overturn the election results. That seems like a pretty long shot for the president's campaign, but that is the result that could happen.
Hans, we have about a minute or so left. I do want to get to this last question. As we know, time is ticking. The Electoral College is meeting on December 14th. Right. Of course, that deadline is fast approaching. Let's talk about what that means for any further legal challenges.
Well, December 8th is a date that's also in federal law, that if a state certifies the results of the election and does it by December 8th, then Congress can't question the results. So that's one of the deadlines that everyone is looking at. But the other big deadline is December 14th, because by that date, the election has to be determined in every state. Litigation is supposed to be over, so they know which set of electors, whether it's the Republicans or the Democrats, get to go to the state capitol and cast their ballot. So everything will be over by December 14th.
All right, and we will see what happens then. Thanks so much, Hans. Always appreciate having you on. Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Thanks again.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.